y'all. It's Julie from Considerate Joy Homestead. Today is raining, so Lindy and I weren't able to go up to the land to get any of our plants in the ground. So he had to go and work on his truck a little bit up at his mom and dad's and took the kids with him. So today I am going to start my adventure of learning to can, and I thought I would take you along with me. So, I've decided to start with beans because, from what I understand, it's one of the easier things to start when you first start to can. Hoping that all goes well, but we'll see. I have my canning supplies, my graspers, I have a wide mouth funnel, I've got tongs, I've got my tool, and these. I don't know what these do, but I've got one. I also have 6 quarts jars. I went to a website called the Reluctant Gourmet because I have 4 pounds of pinto beans that I'm going to start with, and I didn't know how many quarts of pinto beans I could do with 4 pounds. And that website has some good information on conversions, and I'll link that here on the bottom. One of the first things that I needed to do was to rinse my beans, and I have done that. Make sure there's no sticks or rocks or anything in there that I don't want to eat. And then I have to cook them. So through the magic of editing, I have now finished fast soaking the beans, draining the water off, cooking them again for 30 minutes. At the same time as I was cooking them, got hot water to boil, and now I'm going to take the beans that I've just drained off and add them to these jars, and also to these jars I am adding 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. And I will fill each one of these jars up to about 1 inch from the top with my beans. So after filling my jars, I ended up with enough to fill all 6 of these jars, plus there's probably even another quart jar available. I'm not going to deal with that tonight since I'm just trying to learn how to do this. I'm going to just use that other quart and go ahead and make some refried beans that I can use tomorrow. So tonight I'm just going to deal with these 6 quarts since I'm just getting started. I'm going to go ahead and take the water that I boiled and fill into each of these jars up to that 1 inch line from the top, and then I'm going to take my little tool here and poke down and out any air pockets that might be in the jar. After this, I will take the lid and seal each jar, and then we will be putting it in the bath. So before we get it started, we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar so that it cleans the jars for us while they're cooking. The lid's going to be a little tricky because it says an open and close on the top here, and it has an arrow for you to align it on the handle. Still a little tricky. Once it's on, you slide it shut. It makes a good seal, and turn on the canner. So we've got all our jars in, figured out the lid, we got it all turned on under the pressure cooker, and we waited until we had steam coming out as a steady stream, and it's been doing this for nearly 10 minutes. Once it hits the 10-minute mark, we will add on the weight, and we'll try to keep it at about 15 pounds of pressure. Since I live in the Appalachian Mountains, they say between 10 and 15 pounds of pressure, and since we're a little bit higher, we're going to go with 15. Alright, so we've got our weight, and this little valve here popped up to let us know that things are now under pressure. So we are waiting to see what our pressure valve says, and this should start to rock when it's at 15 pounds of pressure. So in researching and finding out our altitude here, I only really have to have it at 11 pounds of pressure. So right now I'm somewhere around 12, I think, so I'm trying to adjust the heat to keep us at about 11.